All right, let's go. Ready, Josie?
This week on Kentucky Afield. The average rabbit hunt here in Kentucky consists of a few buddies and a couple dogs. And that's exactly how we're hitting the woods this time out. Next.
There he is.
You better get your fishing poles and your appetite ready.
Ooh, a nice one too.
Because the best time of the year to catch some table fare is right around the corner.
That's a nice looking fish.
Then, we're headed to the sky with biologists and seeing some important work that they're doing to monitor bald eagles.
This is one of several we have on the Kentucky River.
It's all next on Kentucky Afield.
Kentucky Afield. Every week, Kentucky Afield brings you features on hunting and fishing across the state.
That's my pup. I'm proud of him.
Here he comes right there. Let's get ready. Get ready.
Look at that. What a nice fish. Hey, we dug it up right there.
We did.
There he is. Ooh, a nice one too. Boy, he's healthy.
What do we got?
That was awesome. Got the first kill.
Got one big smallmouth.
Very nice.
Double point. They're in there.
There they go.
Oh my gosh. Woo! Look at that joker. Look at that.
Beautiful.
Whoa, this is a good one.
That's better than good, Chad.
Hello and welcome to Kentucky Afield. I'm your host, Chad Miles. Join us as we journey the Commonwealth in search of outdoor adventure. I'm always up for a big rabbit hunt, but most of my hunts here in Kentucky are a couple of buddies and a few dogs. Well, today we're out here in Henry County and we're getting ready to do one of my favorite things, getting ready to start rabbit hunting. You know, this is an interesting day. We like to do big rabbit hunts a lot of times. We'll have 8, 10 dogs and 5, 6 hunters. And those are a lot of fun, but today this is more of a typical rabbit hunt. A couple buddies get together, just a few dogs, put some dogs on the ground and get after them. So this is gonna be a lot of fun.
That should be a good spot.
So Casey, you kind of grew up doing some rabbit hunting, haven't you?
Yes, yep.
Tell me a little bit about where we're hunting today.
We're hunting in Henry County. This is actually a neighbor's farm that they've been gracious enough to let us hunt. It's always been in the past just a great farm to rabbit hunt.
Yeah, we've ran some dogs out here before, and we've always had some luck. I brought my 2 little dogs here, 2 little females. Josie is the lemon dog, and then the black dog there, that's Checkers. Paul, you and I talk a lot about hunting, and you kind of got into hunting a little bit later on. You've always fished, but hunting is something that you really picked up in the last 20 years, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Being from Jefferson County, I just didn't have a whole lot of access to hunting grounds, and finally met some folks out here in Henry County, and I haven't stopped hunting since.
There's nothing like meeting friends through the outdoors, and you know, we met later on in life, and you know, we've been doing this quite a bit. Well, these dogs are ready to go.
They're ready.
They've been on the ground twice this week, so they should be ready to go. Should be a good hunt. I'm gonna keep them on the collar. We're gonna walk up and turn them loose up here. You gonna come with me?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Ready, Josie? Ready, Checkers? Go. Hunt him up, hunt him up, hunt him up, hunt him up. Let's go, let's go. Hey, there he goes, there he goes, there he goes, here he goes, here he goes, here he goes, here he goes, right here, here. Well, that didn't take long. We got a rabbit up. Let's see what happens here. Oh, there he goes. All right, put the dogs on it.
There's a big sinkhole behind us, and every year we've hunted here, rabbits end up coming in the sinkhole. If you don't shoot them before they get to the sinkhole, then they get away. So what we're doing is just waiting on the rabbit. Hopefully he'll circle back and Paul or Chad will get a shot, but if not, he's probably gonna come this way. So we're gonna sit right here and try to get a shot at him.
Here you go, hunt in here, 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 let's go, hunt in here. Get in there. There you go. Come Dutch Paul, come Dutch Paul. Hold still and come back. Right there.
Must have been Chad shot twice.
Hey, right here, Dad, Checkers. Hey, Here he is! See, it tells you how much beagles rely on their nose. Look at this. That dog can see that rabbit, but he wants to smell right where he went. Right here. Hey, 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 dead. All right, let's get another one. Let's get another one. There he is. That was a pretty cool chase. We jumped this rabbit about 150 yards back, and it was just staying way out in front of us that whole time. Got lucky.
We got lucky.
There he is. Coming to you, Casey. Coming right to you. I believe you got it. Did you get it?
Yeah, we got him.
Sweet. Nice job.
Here he is, here he is, here he is, dead, here he is, here he is, dead, here, dead, good boy, good, dead. Nah, nope. I saw him for a split second come out the second run around, but then he popped out right and 30 yards, perfect.
Sweet. Well, nice job.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll tell you what, poor Paul's been over there guarding that sinkhole.
Yeah.
Well, let's get the dogs gathered up and go over there and find out if he's still awake.
All right.
Hey, here he goes! Here he goes!
You right at you, Paul, right at you.
Right here! Paul, maybe we can call Amazon and have them drop you off some more shells.
Instead of 50, I got 47.
There he goes, there he goes. Sorry, man, I got your bunny.
That's all right.
He was headed back up that fence line. If I didn't shoot, we were gonna be here a while. So Casey said that we can go over there. I think we can go over there.
They're right
and try,
next door.
Yeah, try to get you a bunny or two.
Oh, good.
Hey, there he goes. Get ready, Paul.
There he goes.
Hey, here he goes. Here he goes. Hey, coming to you, Casey.
Yeah.
Nice shot. That was awesome. So he ended up under that old truck.
Yes,
right
he ended up underneath the old truck and ran right out here in the open. It couldn't get any easier.
Well, I'll tell you what, we got a lot of fence line left.
There's plenty more. I'll throw it out in the truck.
There you go. Nice shot.
Thanks.
There he goes, but moving backwards.
Oh, I see it.
Right by Casey. Poor Paul. One of those days you just can't be in the right spot, but we're gonna get him a bunny here in a minute. There's been one in here. Here he goes! Checker. Dead? Oh, let go. Had to shoot pretty quick, but you know what? That's 4, so I got a limit of rabbits today. Anytime you can go out and get a limit of rabbits, that's a heck of a day. Coming up your side of the bank, right at you. There you go.
Yeah, I think it's the biggest one today.
Nice job.
Yeah, thanks.
We've had some really good runs today. And for having 3 people and only 2 dogs, you know, we probably could have killed a few more rabbits, and we may get 1 or 2 more on the way to the truck, but this is how the vast majority of people rabbit hunt. It's a couple of friends, 1 or 2 dogs, helping the dogs out a little bit, kicking up some brush, and letting the dogs bring the rabbits back by. That's what rabbit hunting's all about.
They've had some good long runs.
They have. I tell you what, they've done pretty well today. February is the month that you need to start watching the river gauges, because when the water's right, it's time to catch sauger. So I guess that's the Frankfurt pound, huh?
That's it.
I'll let you lead the way. You know right where you're going.
All right.
So I guess the very first thing you do when you go sauger fishing is you kind of look at how much flow you got and how much weight you're going to need to keep it on the bottom, huh?
Right.
The last year, it's been hard to find a date to get on the river where it's not blown out.
Well, with so much rain that we've had,
Yeah.
it's really changes from one day to the next.
Most river fishermen know if it's going to be a good day as soon as they lay their eyes on the water. What are you guys thinking about today?
I like the color and the flow.
All right, good. I'm going to start throwing here a little curly tail little swim bait, or maybe a paddle tail swim bait on a 1/4 ounce head, and see if I can keep it pegged to the bottom. Most important thing when sauger fishing, keep your bait on the bottom. You may go through some lures, but if you ain't on the bottom, you're not going to be catching fish.
I'm from Bourbon County.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was raised in a little town, North Middletown.
Yeah.
We all probably grew up on Stoner Creek. And then when we came to Frankfurt, naturally we came to a bigger body of water. Whoever catches the first fish doesn't have to buy lunch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We go starve. There he is.
Maybe they're moving in.
Ooh, a nice one too.
Very nice.
Wow, it's a nice one.
That is a nice, that's a sauger too, isn't it? Yeah, it sure is.
Boy, he's healthy.
That's a nice looking fish. There was a barge parked here when we first got here, and when that barge moved, the water conditions kind of changed, and it's finally settling back out.
He was close to the bank too. He probably wasn't about maybe 15 foot out.
But look how healthy he is.
Oh, I know.
Now I'll tell you what, when it comes to table fare, is there a fish that you'd rather have than that right there?
No, it's hard to beat. It's
And
pretty hard to beat.
so recently we have changed the rules and regulations on sauger, walleye, and hybrids of those species, known as sawguys. And the reason it's changed is we're wanting to see more fish this size. Right now it's combined. If you catch walleye, sauger, or sawguy, they all go together. 14-inch length limit, 6 per person.
Oh, okay.
Man, you get 6 that size and you've got something.
Wow.
I think we can do it.
Yeah.
This is a pretty simple bait and fairly inexpensive. You just got a 1/4 ounce ball head on there with a little paddle tail swim bait on there. And you want to keep it simple because you're going to lose some, aren't you?
Bunch of it. You're gonna lose.
Let's see how long that fish is. I'm going to guess that fish is 18 inches.
At least.
Maybe longer. Almost 19.
Almost 19 inches.
That's a really, really nice fish. Someone thinks they want to give this a try. Obviously, you need a rod that you can make long casts, a medium action rod, just about 10-pound test line. And another important thing is you're looking for areas in the bottom where you got some water current, but it's a spot they can kind of rest up a little bit.
Yeah. Just like, for instance, at the edge of that barrier,
Yeah.
it creates a little bit of a eddy,
Yeah.
and that's a great ambush point for these type of fish anyway.
It gives them a break and it takes the bait and pulls the bait right to
The
them.
bait comes right into them.
Yeah.
You know.
Now, Mark, you're no stranger to fishing right here around Frankfurt in the river, are you?
No, I've been fishing this part of the river and all the river in Frankfurt here for all my life, pretty much.
Yeah.
It's just something we always did as a kid. Just come down here to fish.
It's close, it's convenient. You never know what you're going to catch. You got him? Nice. There you go. Looks like a pretty good one. Oh my gosh, look at that.
Golly.
Sauger. Look at that.
Jeez.
And there's what you caught it on right there, little
Bass Pro.
Bass Pro with the lead head on it. Man, what a nice fish. Look how healthy and thick this is.
Fish has been eating good.
This is a trophy fish.
Oh, definitely.
It's a beautiful fish. I mean, this is a 20-inch plus fish, and you've already got a near 19-inch fish in there.
Right.
This is 2 fish makes a mess. Man, they're strong, aren't they?
Yeah, really.
So we're right at 20 inches on this one. So it's about an inch longer than your last one. Come down here and catch 1 or 2 of those, and you've got yourself a mess of fish. It makes it worthwhile. And we talked about fishing out here off the bank. You know, a lot of people would think, well, there's no chance you're going to catch such a trophy fish off the bank. We're sitting right here in downtown Frankfort. It's not like we've traveled to the deep extreme somewhere where there's no pressure.
About 2 miles from my house.
2 miles from your house, come down here and you catch a beautiful, beautiful fish like this.
Look at that. Wow.
And Bill, you said it perfectly. If you're a person that you got an hour or 2 after work and you don't want to mess with dealing with your boat,
Yeah.
you can still run down here and run on the edge of the bank and make a couple casts. You never know what you may catch.
This is what's here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I think our day's going to get cut short. I believe it's going to start raining, but you know, considering you just came down here to spend some time, catch some trophy fish like this, it don't get any better, does it?
No.
Not at all.
Out of all the fish species we have, game fish species we have in the state, these, in my opinion, are some of the most beautiful. They got that real distinctive, real flat nose, and they get in these areas and they can cut the water. But I really appreciate you guys having us out. Who would have thought? Right here in downtown Frankfort, you can walk down and catch a couple of trophy fish.
The good kept secret, but I believe it's going to get out now.
You know what? You got 2 really nice ones today, and you know what? I'll be back.
Certainly.
Thank you. Hopefully we'll have to get out and do something else sometime.
Anytime.
Well, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Bill, for asking me to come with you.
Yep.
The eagle population here in the state of Kentucky is surging. And how do we know that? Well, that's an interesting story in itself.
Well, I hope the weather holds.
Yep, the weather looks good for today. It's going to be a great day to go look for eagles.
So I'm here with Kate Slankert, avian biologist. And we've had you on the show several times, but today it's about bald eagles. Tell me a little bit about what we did today.
We just completed our helicopter survey for bald eagles. This is a really efficient way for us to look for eagle nests, and we fly most of the western part of the state where our eagle nests are most dense, and basically have our annual count that way.
The annual count, what are you counting? You're counting not birds, but actual nest sites, right?
Right, we're looking for active nests, and so a nest is active if it has adult eagles at it. And we basically look at the locations that we knew eagles nested the year before, and while we're out doing that, we're looking for new locations as well.
All right. Clear out the right, clear out the left. Ready to start. Everybody ready?
Ready?
Okay, here we go.
So how are the eagles doing in the state of Kentucky?
They're doing great. In 1986, we had our first nest. There was many, many years where we didn't have any eagles nesting in Kentucky. And then about when I started my job in 2007, we had 50 or so nests. And last year, we counted 176 nests statewide. They're doing really good.
Wow.
Almost 5 miles up there, so we're doing good.
Yeah. I get phone calls from people and they say, do you know we have bald eagles in Kentucky? And I say, well, yeah, look up more often. If you're out on the water, you can see bald eagles quite easily nowadays.
So you probably still want an individual, if they have a piece of property or they come by a bald eagle's nest and they're sure, hey, that's a bald eagle's nest, you probably still want them to call you and let you know.
Yeah, we still keep track of each nest statewide. And sometimes folks get afraid to call us and let us know they have an eagle nest. They feel like we're going to come shut their farm down or something like that. You know, nowadays it's really not a big deal to have an eagle nest on your property. The birds do fine with activities that were going on before they were there. We're not going to stop you from planting your corn or things like that. And so don't be afraid to call us and let us know if you have an eagle nest so we can monitor it.
We're over Elkhorn Creek looking for an eagle nest that somebody called in. This would be a new one. to know of one up the river a little ways, but we think the birds may have moved over here.
And this is a great time of year to do it because the canopy is not filled in on the trees yet. You can really see down, and this is the time they have their eggs, correct?
Right, yeah, we plant it before the leaves are on the trees, easier to see the nest that way, and most of their birds are sitting on eggs right now.
You're not counting eggs or eaglets, it's all about active nest, and you know about how many eggs are going to be produced and how many will actually make it to adulthood, right?
Usually eagles will lay 1 to 3 eggs, and their nesting season starts usually in February, and the chicks will fledge in May or June.
So what type of food source do eagles predominantly use?
They eat mostly fish, but they'll also eat waterfowl, roadkill, rabbits, turtles, you know, anything they can get their talons on. But they mostly nest close to water because fish are a big food source for them.
I see a nest out here. It doesn't quite look big enough for an eagle nest, but...
Okay, got it, about 10:30.
So either eagles have started building a nest here, or that may be a hawk nest, but let's grab a coordinate for it.
Okay.
We take coordinates for each nest and we keep a database, and so that way we can keep an eye on them from year to year and see how they're doing. We mark them from the helicopter so we can get exact coordinates.
But if you see a bald eagle, don't necessarily need to call the department anymore.
Right.
There's enough bald eagles that you get calls every day, I'm guessing, saying, hey, saw a bald eagle.
Yeah, we have the fortunate problem where there's just too many birds to keep track of anymore, and so we do not keep track of just where an eagle is seen, and we really only need to be called if you find a nest.
Most of the time, eagles will use the same nest year after year, and a lot of times they'll be sitting in the same nest, but if that nest got blown out in a storm or something like that, then we look for a new one. Sometimes we'll just spot nests in between points too, so I'm always looking.
The bald eagle at one point in time was endangered.
Right.
And it's studies like this that actually took the bald eagle off the endangered list, right? Because we know we have a thriving population.
Exactly, and so we're monitoring them to make sure that they aren't going to become endangered again. This is part of the post-delisting endangered species monitoring. And then also because they're such a good indicator of environmental quality. So, for instance, bald eagles declined in the past because DDT was an issue. And this way, when we keep track of nest numbers, we can make sure there's not another issue like that out in the environment.
Okay, it's right out the left window, that big sycamore tree. It's got a bird on it. Looks like it's sitting on eggs. Pretty good sized nest, not as big as some of them we see. This is one of several we have on the Kentucky River. See, she's got plenty of room in that nest for chicks. Eagle chicks are big, so that's why the nests have to be so big. Those chicks need room to grow up. See, the nest is made of sticks. The inside of the nest is oftentimes grass, straw. Sometimes they'll even pick up things like old corn cobs and shucks out of the fields. Anything soft for bedding for the chicks. Okay, so she's incubating. Say she, but actually it could be a he. Both male and female bald eagles will incubate. Female does a little bit more incubation than the male, though. But what we're looking for is the behavior in the bird. This bird's sitting really tight to the eggs. The eggs would have hatched, and if there were small chicks there, the bird would be sitting up a little bit more and often putting its head down to feed the young. So the bird's clearly sitting on eggs still. Probably laid these eggs in February, maybe early March. That's a pretty typical timeline for central Kentucky.
So the long-term prognosis for bald eagles, I'm assuming they're just going to continue to grow, right?
Yeah, they're going to continue to do well, hopefully, and you know, at some point we may find that we've kind of hit a carrying capacity or as many eagles as we can fit in the state, but I don't think we're close to that. I think we've got plenty of room for growth still.
Well, as an avian biologist that gets to work with birds of prey and especially eagles, you may have the coolest job in the state.
I think so.
Well, thanks for everything you do.
Thanks for having me.
Now let's check in and see who else has been out having fun in this week's Ones That Didn't Get Away. Check out the smile on 7-year-old Avery Cantrell. Here she is with her very first squirrel taken in Harrison County. Congratulations. Check out this bobcat that was taken by Matt Lyle. He called in this nice female bobcat and shot her at 25 yards with a shotgun. Here we have the beagle named Copper who retrieved the rabbit for the hunter Toby Meredith on a recent hunt in Nelson County. Nice job. Here we have Jeremy Gillum and Mark Minix trying to keep the predator population in check here in the state of Kentucky. Nice job. Nevaeh Allen had a great day in the field in Henry County chasing bunnies. Congratulations. Gage Hales Tab has been out catching these pre-spawn crappies. Here he is pictured with a perfect example of a black crappie on the left and a white crappie on the right. Nice job. Here we have Caden Sutherland, who went raccoon hunting at the Falls of the Rough. Nice job. Here we have Emmy Lou with her very first deer, a nice buck that was taken in Nelson County during the Free Youth Weekend. This buck scored over 140 inches. Nice job. Looking for a reason to get outdoors? Our squirrel season stays in till the end of the month, and our Fens lakes are currently being stocked. And remember, hunting and fishing on private property is a privilege. Always ask permission and thank the landowner. Until next week, I'm your host, Chad Miles, and I hope to see you in the woods or on the water.